Okay, hello everyone and welcome back, SoupaSoka. Today we're playing on my Gnome Warrior Super Tank, and we're going to do Razorfen Downs, and I want to show you this in just a moment, but there's a quest up here, Miriam Moonsinger, so if you're doing this instance, you're going to want to get this quest up here. It's very easy to grab, and it's right along the way. The instance we're talking about is Razorfen Downs, as I just mentioned. It's in Southern Barrens, very southeast side. Don't confuse it with the Razorfen Crawl, which is on the southwest side, the very bottom left over here. Anyway, so you can grab that quest outside. I just want to show that very quickly before we go inside. A lot of people miss it, don't realize it's a quest, and it's very easy to miss, basically. The quest itself is called A Host of Evil, and I'm going to try and share it with other people. I think it's a shareable quest. Let's see, I don't know if anyone's actually going to pick it up. Basically, you have to kill a bunch of Battle Guards, Thornweavers, and Death's Head cultists. A lot of those mobs are actually outside, I believe, so I don't know if we'll even finish the quest while we're inside. But I want to grab it anyway, and maybe we'll get lucky. I just don't remember if actually these mobs are mostly outside or not. But anyway, it's a quest you can definitely do outside for sure. Well, you know, I'm not actually sure. We're gonna have to find out. It's been a long time since I've ran this quest. Anyway, so I'm playing as the tank today, and some people have been asking me to show off my warrior and, you know, just what low-level tanking looks like. Not low-level, but what mid-level tanking, I guess, at this point looks like. And it's pretty fun. I really enjoy tanking a lot, actually, and I don't know if I like it more than my priest, but I do like it a lot. So it is a lot of fun, and really, leveling a warrior is certainly time-consuming. It's very slow, but it's not horrific. I do a lot of rested XP on this guy, and I've also had some people send me some nice gear, which has helped me out a little bit, made things easier. Let's check my /played. It's at 4 days, and it's basically at 5 days at this point. I'm level 43. Any second now I'll hit 43. We're like 1 kill from 43. So, yeah, well, let's see. We're not quite 1 kill. Maybe a couple kills. But we're very, very close to hitting level 43. So it looks like our group is about to zone in, right? Let's see. Okay. Zone in, everyone. Are they already in, the rest of them? I don't know where everyone went, but we're going to jump in here. Well, okay, we almost jumped in there. Now we're going to jump in there. Okay, we're all here. Ready? And, can I get lead? They weren't giving me lead earlier. Fricks is the leader. He wasn't giving me lead, which is fine. Like, I don't need it, but it sure would help just to be able to mark people. Like, I'm not saying we need to do a lot of heavy crowd control. But being able to mark people is super useful. Now, as we're going along, I'll talk a little bit about how I obtain aggro for mobs, what my general strategy is as a tank, and you know, just basically what I'm trying to do as a tank. And I'll explain that just 100% on the little mobs. Yeah, I'll explain it as we're going as best I can. I'm certainly not an amazing tank, as I lose aggro to someone over here, but I'm certainly not an amazing tank, but I do what I can. And this is going to be actually pretty easy, because we're a little high level for this instance. Razorfen Downs, I don't really know exactly what... Oh, I got a new weapon recently, shoot gun. There we go. Okay. I got a new gun recently, and I was using a bow before. I upgraded this gun. This gun is super nice, actually, and yeah, I'm not going to help. Fricks over there is going to try and solo the elite, so I'm not going to help him. The problem is, Fricks isn't really communicating super well at the moment, and like I said, it's not exactly a, there we go, thanks. Okay, now we're in good shape. Anyway, as a DPS, generally you want to attack whatever the tank's attacking. There's exceptions for that, like if you're a DPS and you see your healers are getting attacked, it's not unreasonable to go over there as a rogue or a mage and try and pull aggro off the healer. I would say that's generally actually probably a good idea. Let's go ahead and shoot this guy. Anyway, I'd say it's generally a pretty good idea to try and pull aggro off your healers if you can. And we're going to keep spamming some battle shouts. I have no idea why Fricks is not even attacking the right target. Generally, so here's the way marking works. You generally want to attack the mob that has a skull on it. The skull is like the universal sign for kill that mob. It works very well if you just follow that advice. And yeah, that's all you really need to do. Just attack the mob that has the skull on it. If you are not attacking the skull mob, then you should... I mean, basically, whatever you mark with a skull is considered the mob that's a target first. And a good marker will try to swap the targets around during combat. That's not always the easiest thing to do, but yeah, you'll definitely try and stick to the skull as best you can. Anyway, after the skull, they also usually have these other symbols here, like the circle is a common one used for polymorphing, or crowd control, maybe like fear, or shackle undead if you're in Shalamance or something. And so what you usually will do is mark one mob with a skull, and another mob with the circle, and then everyone will target the skull first, and the circle will be targeted by maybe the mage, for example. Actually, let's attack this mob instead. And then, so the mage's job is to polymorph the orange circle, and everyone else's job is to DPS down the skull, and then just move on to the next mob once the skull's dead. And the whole time, usually, you want the mage, or whoever, the warlock, to maintain crowd control on their marked target. So as you can see, I'm trying to swap around the skull every time we kill a mob, although in many cases these mobs die so fast, really no point. Nice DC. I don't know what that means. Someone disconnected, I'm not really sure. Let's go ahead and just kill this one to start, and let's pull it back. Whoa, hold on. Okay, we're good, let's pull it back. Okay, and now as a tank, what you can commonly do is use line of sight. So you can see I kind of hid behind that little wall there, and what that allowed us to do is pull this mage back a little bit, although it failed because our rogue went AWOL there and decided to attack the mob anyway in the back. And in many cases, I would agree that you want to target the squishy mobs first, which usually is a caster, or especially healer. You want to crowd control them or kill them first. But in this case, I'm kind of enjoying letting the rogue just solo stuff or tank stuff, since he seems to be kind of keen on doing that. I'm not going to mess with that too much. He seems to be having some fun, and it's working okay. This slow is annoying. 60% decreased movement speed. Wow. Okay, so let's target the caster there, and I'm gonna wait for that board to path. Okay. Well, that works too. That wasn't quite what I was hoping to do there. Let's pull this guy off. So what we're trying to do is maintain aggro on as many mobs as possible. That's your job as a tank, right? It's fairly self-explanatory. Ding for us, that's fun. Now the way to do that is a lot of things. Actually, let's go back. Let's kind of... So, sorry, this isn't the most organized discussion of tanking ever, because I'm obviously also tanking right now. But you would generally want to try to mark your targets as a tank. Usually the tank is given the ability to mark targets. Let's go ahead and train Bloodthirst. So usually a tank is given the ability... Oh, and let's get our Lifeblood Amulet. I got some new gear there. Alright, got it. Now we're all set up. Okay, so the tank will usually mark. Everyone attacks the skull, everyone crowd controls the orange circle in most cases. There's other targets here, maybe the diamond or triangle also can be used as crowd control targets, but the skull is universally the go-to kill target. Once you've marked your targets, the tank's job is to maintain aggro on as many of those mobs as possible onto himself. The more aggro the warrior maintains on himself, the more rage he'll generate as he takes damage. And that's a really good thing. The more rage you have, the more threat you can generate. So you really want to try to maintain as much rage as possible. I'm still trying to use line of sight to draw those geomancers out, or necromancers, I guess they are. So you can see what I did there is I pulled aggro onto the geomancer, and I hit around the corner here, causing the, what is this, head necromancer, sorry, to have to move into melee range to actually see me and then be able to target me. So it's a lot more, it's much better to pull ranged mobs back to you as best as you can, and the easiest way to do that is to get aggro and then use line of sight to make sure they cannot see you, and then you're golden. So it doesn't always work, because sometimes what happens is a ranged DPS will pull aggro. That really sucks, or sometimes there's no easy way to hide through line of sight. I think this little branch on the left here we can hide behind, so I'm going to try to do that. I want to pull this mob, try to hide behind this branch. Sometimes these things don't... Yes, this one did work. Actually, I was able to use this to get some block his line of sight, which worked really well for us. Oh, oops, we lost this guy. We're going to get him back. So what you need to do to pull aggro as a tank, as a warrior, I don't know how to tank as a paladin. I don't know how to tank as a druid, so I can't give you any advice on that. I can say the marking strategies I'm talking about and the line of sight strategies certainly work for anyone, so you can still follow those. Okay. So as one thing when you're pulling as a tank, so besides using line of sight to pull back ranged mobs, you also need to maintain good mana on your group. So if someone calls out they need a mana break, usually MB is often an abbreviation used for mana break. Can we get a polymorph on the orange circle? Sometimes you need to tell people to polymorph or do crowd control if they haven't been using it, because we haven't needed it yet, but in this case I think it's useful. Oh, screw it. I forgot these are all undead, so we actually can't do that. Uh-oh. I'm not getting aggro here. I'm not getting any threat, so I can't use battle shout. Okay. There we go. Now I've got threat. We're good now. All good. Alright, so... my bad. I forgot these are undead, these stupid Quillbore things. Alright, we're going to pull these out of the way a little bit more. Trying to pull them away from everyone else. They do some cleave attacks, so we want to try and avoid having everyone get cleaved. Anyway. So... on the pull, you want to make sure everyone has enough mana. You don't have to wait for full mana necessarily on trash, but you want to at least check the mana real quick, take a quick glance, make sure no one's like completely out, especially your healer. If your healer is out, you're going to get hosed real fast. Battle Forge Shield of the Boar. That's a massive downgrade for me. I don't need that. So, pulling, you want to use, like I mentioned, you want to use line of sight to pull things back. You want to wait for mana. Otherwise, you pretty much don't need to do much. I don't charge in, I just face pull or use a ranged pull. That usually works well for me. Some people will use battle stance and charge in, and then, is Nathaniel drinking? He's not, so I think he's okay. Some people will charge in first, and then switch stances. I don't do that personally. It's fine, I don't know, I'm lazy I guess. I like to just stay in defensive stance as much as possible, at least for these low level instances. Anyway, so then as a warrior, to get aggro, there's a few things you can do. First of all, you have Taunt. Taunt doesn't actually give you any more aggro, it just forces a mob to attack you for, I don't know how long it lasts. 5 seconds or so? Okay, we're going to use line of sight to pull this guy back. Let's get over here. Okay. Now, let's see, let's get some of this going. Is everyone good? Let's get this guy off there. Okay. Now, besides using Taunt, which is really good as like a last-ditch resort, like it's really like if things are going bad, and whoops, I don't want to target that, I don't want to target this, the stupid skeleton got in my way. If things are going really badly, you'll use a Taunt to pull someone off, especially if you see at the beginning of a fight, oftentimes mobs will engage other characters or other people in your group. You don't want that to happen. Sometimes a quick Taunt will get them onto you and give you enough time to generate some aggro, and then you're good. I try to save Taunt for situations where a healer somehow pulls aggro or ranged DPS somehow pulls aggro, and then I can like use it as kind of an oh shit button and pull someone back. It's really just a good catch-all. You can see at the beginning here, like this rogue has aggro, I can taunt him real quick, and that'll give me enough time to hopefully generate aggro. But then because I've done that, I don't have taunt available. Like there, the mage pulled aggro, I didn't have time to actually get aggro back with taunt, because taunt's on cooldown. Let's see, so in these group situations, you see there's like lots of mobs here I'm pulling at once, like a ton of mobs. And you have to trust your DPS will focus. Like here the rogue, he just randomly is attacking this reaver, and I don't really like care to help him that much because he basically is ignoring the basic principle of DPS, which is to focus on the skull target. And if you don't follow that, then it becomes really problematic for everyone. So as a DPS, you really need to focus onto whatever the skull is. I mean, it gets hectic in combat for sure. You don't have to worry about that. You won't always be on the right target. But at the beginning of a fight, you really have no excuse to not be on the right target because it's clearly marked and you don't need to engage until you have the correct one. You can easily select targets, by the way. Obviously, you can use your mouse to select targets, but maybe some people don't know. You can press the tab key. Whoa. Okay. I guess we pulled that. Was not quite ready for that pull. I guess we're going to target this thing. I need to generate some rage, so let's try and do this. Let's do one of these. Yeah, this is going really badly. Okay. Yeah, so I'm doing what I can. Oh, they just dodged that. That's not good. Okay, well there goes that. Let's agree on those things. Yeah, I don't know who pulled that. So the other thing is, as a warrior, you don't want other people to pull. Like, you want to wait till the tank's ready to pull, because if the tank's not ready, for whatever reason, it's really hard for the tank to get in position and get what he needs to get done. which it's fine to speed things up in a lot of cases. Okay, ring the gong. Alright, so we're about to do a boss event here. It's actually pretty cool. Let's see, did someone ring the gong yet? After mana. Okay. So, the ways that tanks or warriors can generate threat. So, as I mentioned, Taunt will just get aggro for you temporarily, but as soon as that timer is gone, like if you just generate threat using Taunt and then don't attack or don't do anything to generate aggro, the mob will go back to its previous target. So you need to do generate aggro as a warrior. You need to deal damage, that'll obviously generate threat, and you need to buff people. So Battle Shout or debuff, Sunder Armor, Revenge, these are all good threat generations. What I normally do, if there's more than a couple mobs, I will pretty much always start a fight off with a Battle Shout. Battle Shout generates rage based on how many people it buffs. So if you have a party of 5 people, it actually generates a pretty strong amount of aggro. It's not better on a single target than Sunder or Revenge, but it is a very respectable aggro in an AoE situation. So I highly recommend you use Battle Shout if you're fighting a group of mobs, especially where there's no way you can easily sunder all of them quickly enough. Like, it's just not feasible. Then you need to use Battle Shout. And by the way, I'm tanking with like full Fury spec, you can see it here, and like 3 points in arms. I'm not protection spec'd at all. I mean, this would be a little bit easier if I was protection spec'd. Ready? I think everyone's ready. Oh, someone clicked it, I think. Okay, there we go. Whoa, whoa, this is a lot of mobs. This is a lot of mobs. Did a lot of people? Did everyone click it, or what just happened? Okay, so the only way we're gonna generate threat for this many mobs is basically to let's see if we can. This is not working so well. I'm not getting any threats. I'm not taking any damage, and my attacks are being parried, so I can't get threat off of people. There we go. We can taunt this guy now. We're in a little bit better shape, hopefully. There we go. We have aggro on that. Let's get this guy. Let's try and revenge him. Okay, so that was didn't quite work as well as I would have liked. But the idea is use Battle Shout to generate aggro. You can also do Demoralizing Shout, but it doesn't generate as much threat per mob as Battle Shout, I believe. So I usually use Battle Shout primarily if I'm really desperate for aggro. Once I've kind of established some aggro, let's taunt this guy off and see if we can get this one. Let's get everyone to target here. I'm trying to just spam Battle Shout. I'm rooted, so there's not a lot I can do for these people. Let's see if I can get out of rooting for a sec. Let's taunt this one off. There we go. Okay, I was trying to just get a taunt going. Okay, let's attack this one. Sure. Once you get taunt, it's kind of helpful. You can pull off that last mob. Anyway, so Battle Shout and Demoralizing Shout are decent for AoE threat generation. Battle Shout's better. If I have plenty of aggro, I'll use Demoralizing Shout just to lower the amount of damage I'm taking, because that's obviously a good thing if possible. Just one mob left here. And then when you have single targets, what you want to do is try to use Revenge. Revenge generates a ton of threat on a single target, like a massive amount of threat. So it's a great tool to get threat on just a single mob. Mana? And then you can also, obviously, Sunder Armor is very good. Sunder Armor is really nice for longer fights too, because it lowers their armor, so of course it's really good for your rogues. So to generate threat, my strategy is basically one, taunt if I have to. It's like kind of a last-ditch effort. For AoE, for groups of mobs, use Battle Shout primarily with a little Demoralizing Shout just to get the debuff up. And then spam Revenge as much as possible on single targets. If Revenge is down, I spend mana on, or spend Rage on Sunder. If I actually have more, let's see, let's get this going. If I actually have so much Rage left over that I can even, like I'm just maxing out on Rage, then I'll use Heroic Strike. It's a good way to kind of burn through some Rage, but generally I almost always use Revenge or Sunder Armor. I very rarely have so much Rage at this point in these instances that I'm spamming Heroic Strike. Carapace of Tutankhamun. That seems good. I mean, it's actually I lose 14 strength, gain 8 agility, gain 13 stamina, so maybe it's a good, like, but I lose armor? I don't know. I'm, like, skeptical if that's really a great upgrade. It's not good for soloing for DPS for me. Might be okay for tanking, but honestly, losing the armor to gain 130 health, I'm not really convinced. I think I'm just gonna greed. I also don't like carrying around, oh, well, I got it anyway, so that's kind of lucky. I guess what I'll do is this, I'll look it up later and see if it's actually better or not. Let's see. Okay, looks like they're already pulling something, which is fine. Where is my Razorfen Downs quest? Okay. Well, let's go ahead and taunt this guy off, and let's try to generate enough threat with Sunder. Okay, we did get enough. So that's basically my strategy as a tank. For AoE situations, Battle Shout. Otherwise, taunt if I need to as a last-ditch effort, and spam Revenge and Sunder with occasional heroic strikes if I have way too much rage. We're going to try and line of sight these guys in case there's any ranged ones. I don't think there are, but just in case. I'm going to spam some Battle Shout here, possibly. Let's taunt that guy off, because it seemed like he was attacking the rogue for whatever reason. I can't tell who this range guy's attacking. Kopik. Okay, so we need to get him. We need to get him off of them. It doesn't take much to get aggro as a tank also in defensive stance. By the way, I didn't mention this, you should definitely be using defensive stance. If you're not using defensive stance and you're tanking, unless you're like all level 60s or something crazy, you're really making a mistake. Defensive stance is incredibly useful for generating aggro. Is there mobs up here? No. Be right back 1 minute. Kopik's AFK. Okay. But anyway, defensive stance gives you take 10% less damage, which is really nice for tanking, of course, and you increase threat generated, which is substantial. I think it's a 10% threat increase. I'm not totally sure, but it's certainly something you want to have. It's really useful. And let's see, where are we in this instance? I get so confusing here. Okay, we killed Mordresh Fire Eye, right? That was just we just killed. There's a recipe up here, but I don't need that. I don't think anyone else does either. And this is Cartographer, is the add-on I have, by the way. I have a video that shows all my add-ons, and it's actually linked now in all my video descriptions. You can go to that video, and there's a there's an Excel file, all sorts of good stuff there. Let's see if we can shoot this guy. Target 9 in line of sight. Okay, well, we're just gonna run in then. Okay, and I usually I really do enjoy running in to an extent. I think it's a pretty nice way to kind of just get everyone to attack you right away. Yeah, okay, we're doing pretty good here. What is that guy doing? I really have no idea why that mob was aggroed onto him there. I didn't mark the next mob to kill, unfortunately, so that's a little chaotic. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for tanking as far as what I do. It's really fun because you basically are constantly moving quickly, like you're always like rapidly running around and dealing with things, which is really fun to me. Like there's always situations where, yeah, why did he need that? This guy will start a quest for us. Do I accept this? I forget. If you agree to aid. Oh man, someone's gonna accept this quest and complete it, and that's gonna be kind of silly. What is this? Okay, complete quest. Okay, so there's like a 2-part quest to that, so everyone has to get to the second part. You need to hand in the first quest, complete it. Then we can all accept the second quest. But let's wait. Oh, too late. Let's go, I guess. Well, this is gonna suck. So actually, I guess the first mob we killed was Taunt, right? Yeah, and then Mordresh is later. We'll see what happens. I have no idea what happens if you do this escort quest, by the way. I was getting confused. So we entered from over here. We came this way. We cleared Taunt, and now we're gonna head. We're basically going to clear a bunch of the instance for this guy. You usually do this guy after you clear the instance, so I'm not sure how well this is going to work out. By the way, this quest always gets screwed up. Because you might have noticed I had to turn in the first part, right? So I completed the first part, then it offered me the second quest. As soon as someone accepted second quest, everyone else that hasn't already completed the first part, will not be eligible for the second part. So this escort, I'm pretty much, let's take a look. Yeah, extinguishing the idol. It looks to me only one other person's on this quest. So I'm guessing that only one other person had this quest. I don't know. So it wasn't me that accepted it, someone else did, and it's just us two that got it done. So that's why I went ahead and completed the first part really quickly, because I knew someone would do that. It always happens. Always happens. Can I see who's on it? Yeah, Nathaniel's on it. Always happens. It's okay. It's just a really bad quest designed by Blizzard, and it's one of the worst things about Vanilla WoW are those chain quests that are like basically just any chain quest that they have to do as a group. It's pretty bad. Like Blizzard really had a bad design, and I don't know if that was like a technical limitation, like they just didn't have a better way to implement it, or if Blizzard thought it was a good implementation, but it's a bad implementation for sure. I need a priest buff soon. Can I get a new power word fort? Mine's about to drop. So anyway, the problem is also you end up walking. If I remember right, this quest takes you down to this other area. It's kind of out of the way. And now once we finish, we have to run all the way back to do Mordresh. So it's sort of just inefficient. And this is a tough quest. Also, if you can buff this guy. But the problem is, the way this quest works is we go into a room and there's like 3 or 4 waves of mobs. The mobs aren't that deadly, like we can kill them fine. The problem is they all aggro directly onto Belnestrasz instantly. Like every time they'll just go straight to him. So you have to pull aggro like just absolutely the second they spawn. This is the room, or you just get hosed. I mean, he just dies so fast. Because it ends up, it's like 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 elite mobs will spawn all at the same time. And they'll all hit him, and I don't think he regenerates in between waves. So, like, he just keeps taking tons of damage. Let's get this taunt off. Okay, let's get this. Trying to... Okay. So another thing is if you freeze them in place, like we did here, they will, unfortunately, just aggro... They'll just hit him. Because they're frozen in place, there's no one in melee range, so you have to stay in melee range. The boars, too. This guy took how much damage? Only 200 damage. Okay, not so bad. Okay, get aggro from the waves ASAP to keep him alive. The other problem with this quest is that the stupid mobs, when you finish the quest, you get the item, then this guy despawns, and the only way to turn it in is to rerun the instance. Okay, let's get aggro off of that guy. Let's do this. Okay. Oops, there's that boar. I want to get that boar to not attack there. I don't really care if our allies are getting attacked. Like, I'm not really super concerned about anyone else getting hit. I really only care about this Archmage guy, Belnestrasz, which sounds a little bit like Alexstrasza and other dragons. I don't know if this guy's related to that lore in some way. But, okay, we're doing good so far. This guy is only taking a little more damage. Basically, I think the boars hit him like 3 or 4 times, just the little non-elite boars, which is pretty good. I mean, I've seen this guy, like, at this point, be down to, like, less than half health. Okay, there. I just went ahead and did, like, a very quick battle shout there. Oh, so another way to generate rage as a warrior that's really nice is you can, Ooh, what? Okay. I don't know if that guy is getting damage from that AoE or not, but that's pretty gross. So the other thing you can do to generate rage as a warrior is using Blood Rage. It costs like hardly any health, like 152 health or something, and it's got like a 1 minute cooldown, but it gives you 10 rage right away, and then generates 10 rage over 10 seconds. It's a really nice way once you get into combat. It's the best time to use it. Like, get into combat, get some aggro, and then use it right away. It'll give you rage, you can use a battle shout, which is really handy. Let's get aggro off of that guy there, let's get this guy. Okay. We're in pretty good shape now. We've generated aggro off all these mobs, I think. So I don't think we need to worry too much. That guy seemed to be, the boar seemed to be attacking our little NPC over here, so I was trying to keep him off him. But that's basically all I have for tips on warrior tanking. Just you have to be very proactive, be ready for your healers and ranged DPS to take damage quickly, and get in there as soon as you can. Taunt as a last-ditch effort. AoE with Battle Shout and Demoralizing Shout are good for generating aggro for multiple mobs, especially Battle Shout. And then, whoop, I didn't need to do that. Okay, there we go. I don't know for sure, but I think Threat is also generated as you generate rage. So, like, as you take damage, you generate more rage, and I think just rage generation itself gives you some threat, which is, at least that's what I was told. I don't know if that's totally true, which is why I'll often wait till I'm in combat and have mobs aggroed on me, then use battle rage, and then just by generating some threat, or just by generating some rage, sorry, I will be generating threat from the mobs. Okay, this guy's still at 85% health, so that's good. Death Wish is up. I popped that because I just wanted to deal more damage, I guess. And this should be the last wave. I think at this point we're gonna get a boss spawning here. Maybe I'm wrong. Where is the boss? Yeah, this is a longer pause between waves, so I'm pretty confident. Oh yeah, this is, okay. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure this would be the boss now, but I wasn't totally sure about that. Alright, I've got threat generated, and once you get threat as a warrior, by the way, so to change targets, a mob has to have like 10% more threat generated by the other target than the current target. So you don't even have to have like, you can have equal threat to someone else just as long as you've maintained, at least they don't get like above 10% more than you. Something like that isn't how it works. These are pretty good rogue gloves. 8 strength, 8 agility. Nice. We got 2 rogues here. No one needs them? Huh. Okay, there's a thing. Complete the quest. Oh! Wow, that's nice. So on Nostalrius, the server, maybe that was glitched there, I don't know. You had to go back and turn in the quest to that guy. This was actually not the case, so that was cool. Good. I'm trying to cut down my Nostalrius comparisons at the request of some people, but I just, honestly, I don't know what is the correct vanilla way. That seems more correct to me, just turning it in there. 10 stamina, 4 spirit. I feel like that is, I don't know. Like, so my 6 stamina, 6 strength ring I kind of like for tanking or DPS or solo DPS. I'm not sure about if it's better than 13 agility, 5 stamina. Basically, I gain 5 stamina but lose 13 agility, and agility gives a tank more armor and dodge. So I'm not sure. Flawless Fell Essence. So yeah, that's my tanking strategy. Obviously, a one-handed weapon is needed. A shield is really good. I like spikes on my shields, at least for now, because every time a mob hits you, they will get damage a little bit. That generates more threat. By the way, this skeleton thing is one of the coolest mobs, or coolest bosses in the game, I think. Look at this guy. He's just dancing up there with his little skeleton arm. It's like the coolest thing. It's silly, but it's fun. I do tend to click for shooting gun. I don't know why. I just like to do that, I guess. Wow, did we generate aggro from Wardrush also? I guess hopefully everyone is ready for that. I wasn't quite ready for that. Okay, let's go ahead and get aggro off of this guy, and let's revenge. Dodged something there. I don't know what he dodged, but let's get a revenge off. Now, revenge only is available to use after you've blocked, dodged, or parried an attack. So if you shield block, you can actually get a guaranteed, almost a guaranteed block, basically. And that'll give you a chance to cast Revenge. Glowing Eye of Mordresh. This actually looks really cool, I think, right? Wait, it's just literally... Oh, it's a necklace. Whoops, I thought it was offhand. Oh, wait. It's a necklace? No, still not good for me. Agreed that. Okay. That was an easy kill. And now we need to head across the bridge, down and around. I don't know where we're going. I think it's faster to go this way. This way? I think we go down here and along this way. Yeah. I don't know the fastest way. I would normally clear through here. Wait, where's Kopek? Okay, so Kopek. Okay, to Kopek. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the fastest way. We do have this cool trinket, this nifty stopwatch we're going to use, so we can get a fast Furbolg running here, which I think is kind of goofy. Anything with the Furbolg's awesome, in my opinion. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. Where am I going? Shh, I'm totally lost. Okay, this way, right? No. What? This way. I completely ran the wrong way. Whoops. So I basically use my nifty stopwatch to speed up my incorrect direction running. My bad. I also found out the Furbolg, so there's only a few commands that will work in Furbolg form as far as emotes. There's sleep, there's sit, and there's kneel. I didn't know this, but you can actually kneel as a Furbolg. I think that's it that works. It's the wee jump down ledge. Okay. I'm gonna see. Okay, I put on walking, so got for patrol. Oh, I see what we're doing. Okay, so there's a rare spawn sometimes in this instance, Ragglesnout, and we're pretty far away from where Ragglesnout would be at. I'm just gonna do this and aggro these guys, and we're gonna fight them now. think that's the way to do it. Oh, I aggroed the stupid rat. You can see that rat down here. So I still think it's hilarious that rats can be aggroed. I'm pretty sure the skull's on this guy, but that's okay. We'll take care of it. Anyway, rats can be aggroed by AoE, so don't be surprised if you use a Demoralizing Shout, or actually basically just Demoralizing Shout, and get rat aggro. That will happen fairly often. Let's go ahead and kill this guy. He's around the curve, I think. Oh, here's a Glutton. He's a boss. I don't think Glutton will come this far. Glutton incoming. Let's back up. I don't think he comes this far, but if he does, we're gonna want to fight him. Okay, nope, never mind. Okay, we're good. Alright, in we go. Let's attack this one. This guy's gonna DPS him before I even get a hit, isn't he? You know, I saw the mage like warming up, and I was like, man, this guy's gonna like damage them before I even get in melee range. So that's one thing as a DPS. You generally, the best thing you can do is not attack before the warrior at least gets a swing on him. Like if you don't do that, if you hit him before the warrior gets any attack, it's really tough for the DPS, for the warrior to hold aggro. It helps a lot for warriors to at least get one hit in on the main target before you start DPSing. At least that's my personal opinion. I've learned a lot about DPSing as a tank. Like I've learned so much about what is good and what's not good, etc. Let's do this. Let's aggro all these best we can. Let's keep on the main one here that we marked. And we're basically, since there's enough mobs here, I'm spamming a little bit. Whoa. Oh, patrols, right. There's patrols for these things. I always forget that. Let's just mark that guy, and let's get this off our healer. Let's hit this. I'm spamming a few more things here. I don't have a taunt up, unfortunately. It's almost... there we go, okay. Got aggro there. Oh, whoops. This guy's also aggroed. I actually thought we killed everything. I didn't realize there was another elite in that pack. I thought they were all non-elites. I figured the AoE would have gotten them. And that's one thing about a tank. You really just want to always keep your head on a swivel. Like, just constantly look around a little bit and see what's going on. We can wait there for Glutton for sure, but we might as well, we can move up a little bit. Okay. Incoming. Here comes Glutton, and I think these patrols are with him. I want to pull these now so we can get them before Glutton gets to us. So that would be, I think, fairly useful. And let's do some of this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it'd be good to try and kill these mobs before Glutton gets here. I'm just going to build up rage. I'm not actually going to do anything but tank this a little bit. Okay, let's get on Glutton now. Now's the time to get Glutton before everyone starts going crazy on him. Yeah, missing is the worst thing about tanking. It sucks so much when you miss like a Sunder or when they resist a taunt. Resisting a taunt is the worst feeling. I hate that feeling. It's like, oh, I'm gonna save the day, I'm gonna taunt this off our healer, and then it just resists, and I don't have any rage or whatever. I was like, well, that's that, I guess. Those are like druid shoulders or something, like good tank gear, I guess. I don't know. I mean, good for rogues too, for sure, but how do they look like? They look pretty cool. Okay, I'm hoping Rattlesnout is up. I think Rattlesnout drops some a nice two-hander or something? This way what? Wait, who's leading? Kopek? Wait, why? I don't really know how we go around this way. Yeah, I think we have to go this way and circle around. Why this way? Wait, why this way? Isn't this backwards? There's a skip? I have no idea what this guy is doing. Like, I mean, I appreciate it. Like, it's really cool, but I don't understand what exactly is going on here in terms of anything he's doing. You can jump up the wee ledge there as well. Okay. Oh, there's an elite in all that mess. I didn't know that. Is there another elite in there? No, just the one. Okay. I want to try and hold the elite. I don't really care so much about non-elites aggroing on people. I mean, the best thing you can do is keep everything off all your healers, all your casters, DPS, etc. But what is this? I don't think I can... Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay, once we... Oh, okay. I guess I'm doing this now. Well, there we go. Wasn't quite ready for that. Let's try and get aggro off these guys. Let's keep this going. Let's do Demoralizing Shout. Why can't I Demoralizing Shout? I'm silenced. Wow, that's a long silence. That sucks. Can't do anything. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to get this elite off people at least. And let's taunt this guy off, right? Why can't I taunt? Okay. Once we... he's still stuck there. That's really funny. It was tough to get up there as a gnome. Actually, I had some trouble getting up there. Like, you notice I kind of got stuck a little. Well, okay, so what boss is this? Slash target Raggle? Target Rag. It doesn't look like he's up. Who's stuck down there? Oh, we're all good, we're all good. Okay. Well, cool. Let's pull this thing. And we're going to line of sight these guys over here. Anyway, I haven't really talked about the instance itself much, but this is a pretty cool instance, I think. I'm just going to taunt that thing because I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose aggro on it soon otherwise. I really like this instance. It's sort of a smaller instance. Like, I don't think of it, not smaller in necessarily size, but just as not being a well-known instance, I would say. Boy, this AoE stuff is getting a little tough to keep up with. But it's just like not a well-known instance. Like, I don't think of it as a lot of people really running Razorfen Downs, especially on the Alliance side, because it's sort of out in the middle of nowhere. It's in the Barrens, and in general, I feel like the Alliance characters don't go to the Barrens a lot, and I don't blame them. It's sort of a weird spot to be at. Let's go ahead and pull this. I hope everyone's ready. No one. I don't think you have enough mana, but it's gonna have to be good enough. Let's Demoralizing Shout once, and now let's hope that... Okay, we're really bad at this targeted DPS thing, and I'm trying... Oh, miss. Everything was a miss there. There we go. Let's get this guy off. Dodge. Miss. Oh my gosh. I just want to get aggro on this guy somehow. Dodge. He just like completely evaded everything I was doing. Oh, that's terrible. What is Ghoul Rot, by the way? Chance to hit reduced by 10%. Oh, that actually could be why I'm missing so much. Can you cure disease? That would be really helpful if anyone can cure disease. We do have a priest in this group, I think, right? So we should be able to cure diseases. Right? Do we have a priest? Yeah, priest can definitely cure diseases. Why is this guy always attacking the wrong target? Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, everything's good here. We're doing pretty well. Priest is doing okay. He's got enough mana. Whoops, I might auto attack. No, I feel like sometimes I auto attack like shuts off. I haven't quite figured out why that is. Kopek. Oh, he did cure disease. Good. Yeah, that is really nice to get that disease off. I mean, 10% chance, reduced chance to hit. I was wondering why I kept missing stuff. Even my auto attack was missing more. It felt like mana break. There's sometimes a chest in here. I don't see it though. I think there's the rare spawn can spawn over here, but I don't know if that's totally true. I feel like I've seen the rare spawn in here before in that location, but no rare spawn here. Now the only quest, by the way, for Alliance side here, there's only 3 quests. There's the escort quest we already completed. There's that host of evil quest that I showed you at the very beginning that we grabbed, and there's a quest for bring the light. Archbishop Benedictus wants you to slay the final boss in here, basically. Okay, so let's pull this pack, I guess. Let's move up, let's whack this guy. We're gonna generate some aggro. I've been silenced. Oh, we lost that guy. Let's taunt him off. Okay, there we go. I guess they're going for the summoner, which actually probably makes sense. Like, I can't really argue with that. I think what I'm doing now, it's going wrong a little bit, why I'm not like generating aggro very well, is I'm focusing on trying to split up getting AoE threat and the main target, and it's hard to do both. Yeah, a little hard to do both. Oh, let's see, there's a chest, okay. Ooh, what did we get? A gold ore, which, no one's gonna need on that, right? Okay, I'm gonna greed on it, and 3 agility, 3 spirit, greed. Yeah, okay, I started a timer, I'm just kind of keeping track of some timing stuff. Okay, let's move out. No casters here, so let's just target this one. Right? Yeah, no casters there. Let's focus this guy. And, I mean, this is the... Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah. Oh, it's okay, it's okay. We're good. Is there another elite in this pack? Yeah, I guess there is. Good. We're gonna get this one. I actually missed him there. Let's taunt that one off. Well, that sucked. I ended up missing my taunt anyway on that guy. And he died right away. Ah, dodge. Really, missing is like the worst thing as a tank. It means so much if you miss your any of your threat generation abilities. Taunt especially sucks, but if you miss Revenge or Sunder, it's bad. Especially for me, because I don't have protection spec, so my Sunders, where is it? You can get like improved Sunder, which reduces the cost of Sunder, so for me I'm spending 15 rage every time I fail a Sunder, and that's no fun. Is anyone drinking? No. Okay. We're going to pull this guy, and we're going to pull him back around the corner here. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's do an enrage. Or not enrage, let's do a battle shout. Let's keep this... I mean, look at the rogue. That's what I'm saying. Like, rogue just like doesn't give a crap about what I'm targeting, and just likes to go for whatever he can. Which honestly, I kind of just want the rogue to die once and then like learn his lesson. Like, it's really hard to get aggro back if someone's been DPSing it down, you know, half of his health. There's really just no point in me even trying at that stage. So I think I'm really just letting the rogue tank stuff, because that's good enough for me, I guess. Okay, so we're cleared almost to the very end here. It's a very quick instance, really. I got these little guys. These things continuously spawn, I think, by the way. It's kind of fun. But for whatever reason, constantly you'll have like patrols spawning here. So let's target, I don't know, this one, because I've already got them selected. I've been rooted, so I'm going to use Escape Artist. I'm going to taunt this guy off, try and do some aggro generation on this guy, and again, I'm out of melee range, so I'm just going to attack this one. There we go. Let's taunt this guy off. Let's try and get some threat back here. I mean, yeah, this sucks. I'm not doing very well, but it's so hard to keep threat on 2 mobs that are being DPS split. Like, it's not impossible, but when you're not protection spec especially, you're not as efficient at tanking, and it'll be difficult. I mean, it's fine because we're really rolling this instance. It's not like it's a big deal, but I'm trying to show like how to properly. Let's stay on this target. He's closest. Let's just do that. I'm trying to show how to do some proper like threat generation and keeping mobs on you and not on other people, and it is not going well sometimes in this this video, I think. But that's okay. Now I'm just going to leave that alone, and I'm going to come and get this guy. Start generating threat on him. These guys are just like level 38 non-elite, so I'm not... I've said this before, I'm not really that concerned if someone gets aggro from them. We also have Shackle Undead, so even if the priest does get aggro, he can just shackle and he's fine. Or she's fine? He's fine. These are all male characters, actually. Okay, so I think we have one more trash pull and then the final boss. Yeah, good. And the reward from this quest, to bring the light, there is a horde equivalent to this quest. I don't know what weapons or what gear they get as a reward, but there is a horde equivalent. And bring the light will give us a Vanquisher's Sword or an Amber Glow Talisman. The Talisman's no good for me. The sword is what we'll be taking, even if just to vendor it. It's like 30 DPS, 28 attack power. That's not... What do I have right now? Actually, I have... It's not really better than what I have for tanking, at least. This is a big pack. Let's target this guy. They're drinking, so I'm gonna wait for Kopek at least. It's a pretty big pack. These are mostly non-elites. There is the 2 elites, so. Okay, let's go. Let's run in, do 1 AoE threat generation, just to keep a little bit off for healer. You want to at least do a single a single AoE shout is really nice, just to make sure your healer doesn't somehow get aggro. I'm trying to get aggro back from the elite here. I did just taunt him to get some aggro. He dodged our revenge, which sucks. But I wanted to taunt him at least to get him off of the AoE from the mage. Okay, instead of the health part add-on you should get X Pearl. Yeah, people are suggesting how to get X Pearl. I made an add-ons video as I mentioned earlier, and it's pretty. I've heard a lot of good things about X Pearl. I want to get like a healer frames. Okay, drink up, and then I'll pull like a healer raid frame thing, but I haven't really looked into that yet. I'm a little bit away from being able to heal on my priest as far as raiding is concerned. Whew, okay, yeah, so the Host of Evil, that must be an outdoor quest, because none of these mobs, I don't think we killed anything inside. Oh, that's a good curse to get rid of, yeah. I don't think we've gotten any mobs inside that have completed that quest, so we could go out and complete it. Let's see, a Host of Evil. Wanna go outside and do this afterwards? Okay. Alright, let's go. Here comes boss tanking time. And let's start getting as much threat as we can on this guy. Revenge him. Oh, he parried our revenge. That sucks. Whoa, that sucks. Let's taunt this guy back. Okay. Huh. Yeah, that's no fun. I should really, like, back him up. Okay, we're gonna do one battle shout here, just to keep that stuff on us. Ooh, Death Chill Armor. Oh, that sucks. That's like super shaman gear or something. Shaman loot? I don't know. I was thinking Death Chill Armor sounds like something that would be like maybe plate gear, but nope. Second time it has dropped. Yeah. For Furball form. Anyway, that's the instance. That's Razorfen Downs. I do enjoy it. I think it's a fun instance. Fairly short if you take those shortcuts. I never knew about those shortcuts. Those are pretty handy. But that's pretty much it. The loot was not amazing. We did complete this quest. Quick run, so I can't really complain too much. And I guess that's about it. So I'll probably do some more videos on my warrior to show off a little bit more tanking stuff, or maybe some soloing. I'm not an expert tank, so please let me know if you have suggestions for what I'm doing wrong, because like I'm basically self-taught. I kind of read some guides eventually, but I haven't really thoroughly invested time into reading them. I don't know if we can get out of here easily now that we went down this way. But anyway, that's all for today, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.